Hello and welcome back to the Lincoln Loco 3. Hope you're all doing well today and looking forward to today's episode where things are getting very interesting in the Copa del Rey. But more on that later on. We're back. It's February and February means that we've had the January transfer window and there were some signings in January. So because the players that we've signed over the January transfer window have had a big impact on the results and games we've played in between episodes, it's better to talk about the transfer stuff before we talk about what's happened in between episodes results-wise. Of course, if you want to keep up to date with all of the real-life transfer news, OneFootball have you covered. They've got great news updates from around the world, especially around the transfer windows, from all leagues around the world, from a variety of sources, including their own journalists as well. The app also lets you turn push notifications on for news for your team, as well as live score updates and other match information going on exactly when they happen in game, and you can get those updates to your phone quicker than any other app that's out there. So we'd massively appreciate it if you could go and download the OneFootball app from the link down in the description below. So we got into the start of January, and the first thing we did was ask the board for some more transfer budget, and they said yes in the end. It took a little bit of convincing, but they said yes, and they took it from 3.3 million to just about £5 million or so, which was absolutely fantastic. Two players at the start of a season that I thought were going to be key for us this season but haven't actually ended up being key players have gone out on loan. One of them is Nikita Razakin, so that might give you a little indication as to where we may have spent some of our transfer budget. And Lukau also gone out on loan. We weren't quite using him so much, so I thought it's better for him to go out on loan somewhere and actually get some first team football. They're the only outs. We didn't sell anyone, but Watford were very interested in a player that must have gone under the radar for us. This guy, Dale Walker. Like, he's an under-19 goalkeeper. No one on the Patrons ever claimed him. And Watford all of a sudden want him for multi-million-pound deals. So I rejected them all because I didn't want to sell him for less than his minimum fee release clause. And if Watford want to bid that sort of money for him now, other clubs will bid a lot more money further down the line for him, I'm absolutely sure. So we didn't get rid of him, but that was very interesting. And then not long after that as well, we also had the youth intake preview come through, and apparently it's going to be a golden generation, but there seems to be a lot of negatives about this as well. So not entirely sure how this youth intake will turn out, but maybe a golden generation for like 3 centre midfielders, and then like everyone else is apparently rubbish. So there's some of the news that's happened in between episodes. Now, one of the big things that I wanted to do was sign 2 centre midfielders, and well, the annoying thing was all the midfielders I was looking at either didn't want to join us or were far too expensive. So I got very annoyed and bought 2 strikers instead. The first one is Kenneth Gisk. We've got him on a permanent deal now. We've signed him for 7 million. It's a lot of money. It's £2 million up front and then £5 million down the line. So we are paying in instalments. The issue is, as you may have seen, he's only played 1 game. Why is that? It's because he keeps getting injured. Days after signing for us on a permanent deal, he pulled his hamstring, was out for 2 weeks, which obviously wasn't ideal. And then just as he got back from that pulled hamstring, he has currently damaged his neck, as you can see here, and is out for another 3 weeks. Already been out for a week already, another 3 weeks to go on his damaged neck. So Kenneth Gisk, we've seen nothing of him since he signed permanently for us. To me though, it seemed like a no-brainer. 17 games played so far this season, 13 goals scored. At that point, he was the second top scorer in the division. So he has signed for us permanently. Kenneth Gisk, welcome properly. He's not the only striker we've signed though. No. I saw a very good deal for a player that I've been chasing for a number of seasons. Now, let me explain this. I'd like to say welcome to Federico Sione, the Argentinian striker who also has Spanish nationality, so can be registered into the squad, doesn't count as a non-EU player. Now, you may, if you've got a good memory, recognise Federico Sione because when we got promoted from La Liga 2, he was that league's top goal scorer that season with 33 goals for Barcelona B. He was actually let go at the end of the season and went to Tenerife in La Liga at the time. Now, I tried to sign him as well, but obviously Tenerife was a better bet for him at that point. Unfortunately, Tenerife got relegated, didn't they? But he did score 7 goals on his journey there, which I think is a good return for your first season in La Liga. And at the point when I was looking at signing him, he scored 8 goals in 19 appearances and was the second top scorer in La Liga 2 that season. So for a player that I know has got a proven goal-scoring history, signing him for his minimum fee release clause of £5.25 million seemed like a no-brainer. So that's where the £5.25 million went to. To raise more transfer budget, I did have to adjust the wage budget. So we've gone from about £360,000 per week in the wage budget to £290,000 in the wage budget. We did have to adjust that a little bit. But for me, it felt worth it. For me, it definitely felt worth it, bringing in a striker of his quality. And you can see right now, it does say 5 appearances, 3 goals, but overall, he has scored 10 in 8 appearances because he's played a lot of cup games. So he's already paying dividends. Of course, we did still need some centre midfielders because that was my plan. Of course, we still needed some centre mids. My plan was to buy 2 centre mids, and I've ended up buying 2 strikers instead. I think they're very good strikers and very good players, but I did want to buy centre mids. So we have got someone. He is in on loan as it stands right now. So welcome to Mohamed Kamara, in on loan from Inter Milan. Great to have you here. He's not the best. I'll admit he isn't the best, but he's probably better than what we already have. So he seemed like a good addition. Fairly cheap for us in terms of wages for the rest of the season. There wasn't really a lot on offer. There was plenty of players I wanted to buy, but they were going to other clubs for 30 million plus. I was very annoyed about that. But that's just the way it happens sometimes. So they are the 3 new players. Kenneth Gisk, who is technically a new player because he's signed permanently. Sione comes in as a striker, and of course Mohamed comes in as a centre mid. So since you were last here for the Barcelona and the Eldense game in the Copa del Rey, things have gone very well for us, particularly in the Copa del Rey. The games come thick and fast, and as you can see, we've got through to the 5th round. To get to the 5th round though, we had to go through several games, and we'll start off with the first game back from the winter break against Real Madrid, where unfortunately we lost 2-1. Real Madrid dominated the game, to be fair. They should have won it by more goals, but a 2-1 scoreline looks pretty good on paper. We then got a very kind draw against Merida in the Copa del Rey 2nd round, and once again I put out a very youthful team for this game, including Sione getting his first start for the club. However, we couldn't score a goal in the first 80 minutes, so I brought on Kenneth Gisk as another striker to try and bolster our strike force, have 2 strikers playing. And then in 10 minutes, we scored 3 goals. Sione got his first 2 goals for the club, with Kenneth Gisk also getting 1 himself. We then continued winning games by beating Levante in La Liga. Sione getting his first goal in La Liga for us. Fantastic stuff, as well as Miguel Sanchez also on the score sheet. We then had a very difficult 3rd round game against Espanyol in the Copa del Rey, and we just about managed to beat them with Roy Ariel. Sione once again getting himself on the score sheet. Not once, but twice scoring a penalty late on. So at this point, the new signing Sione, he was getting plenty of plaudits. David Perez thought, no, I need all the plaudits. He got himself a hat-trick in a 5-0 victory over Real Zaragoza, but Sione also scored in that game, as well as Joe McLean. We then, unfortunately, could have gone 5 games in a row without losing. Instead, we did end up losing to Leganes 3-2. We were the worst team in that game. Leganes were a lot better than us. We were very lucky to score goals. So once again, Sione also on the score sheet again. And then the next game, Copa del Rey 4th round, 0-0 at full time. Sione thought, right, it's time for me to shine. And then he got his first hat-trick for the club by beating Levante 3-0. I mean, Sione has been incredible. We've been very unlucky that Gisk has been injured for so long, but very lucky that Sione has come in and hit the ground running, because as I say, he has just scored all the goals that Gisk could have been scoring instead. The less said, the better about the 2-1 defeat to Athletic Bilbao. Not our best performance out there, but overall, in between episodes, it's been pretty decent. And today we are rewarded with a Copa del Rey 5th round fixture against Villarreal and a La Liga game against Celta Vigo. The Copa del Rey 5th round is actually the quarter-final, if I remember correctly. It is the quarter-final, and we've done very well, or been very lucky, to avoid all of the big teams. Atletico Madrid, Barcelona, Real Madrid, Valencia, avoided all of them. Villarreal probably... Valladolid or Getafe might have been a bit kinder for us, but Villarreal is still a decent draw for us. So you can already see the effect Sione is having on the squad. He's the joint 2nd top scorer in the team, and he's only been here since the middle of January. So it just shows how good of a player he is. Every game, apart from one that he has started, he has scored, which is also phenomenal. So Sione, well worth the money in my opinion. But enough waffling. I've gone on for far too long. Today we are taking on Villarreal in a must-win game. We spoke last episode about the importance of trying to do well in the league to boost our reputation, and today we've got a good chance to try and boost our reputation massively by getting into a semi-final of the Copa del Rey. The first semi-final we'll ever have got to. I think we got to a 5th round before, and it's the furthest we've ever gone, I think, but we've never got any further than this stage. I know that for sure, so hopefully today we can take that step. Dekenate starts in goal, obviously, with Andre Stransky, Izquierdo, Ingerson and Hannison in that back line. Luca Galina coming back from a slight knock, so he can't quite start today's fixture. Pascal sits in that CDM spot with Ramis And of course, the new signing, Mohamed Kamara, starting in the box-to-box midfielder role. McLean starts on the left, Perez starts on the right, and Sione, with his 10 goals so far this season, leads the line. So as kickoff is upon us, we are inherently in a disadvantaged position because we are playing away from home at Villarreal. They'll have the home crowd behind them, cheering them on, but we should be sitting comfortable knowing that we are doing better than Villarreal this season so far. I've neglected to show you the league table. I'll show you that after the cup game so we can have a fresh mind of the league table ready for a league game against Celta Vigo. But this is a really big opportunity for us. For the most part, we have had a pretty comfortable ride so far in the Copa del Rey. No one too difficult coming up. One or two teams in our division, but teams in our division that are around us. So they were all winnable games, just as this Villarreal game is a winnable game as well. If we'd come up against Atletico, Barca or Valencia or Real Madrid, maybe we'd be talking a little differently and taking a different approach. But there he is. Federico Sione gets his 11th goal of the season for us, but overall his 20th goal of the season. An absolutely phenomenal striker who is absolutely loving life here. I am so glad I decided to spend that 5.25 million on him. I did think it was a bit of a risk, but I knew he was good. He's a player I've been chasing for a little while over the past few seasons. Not massively, but he'd been on my radar. And I saw he was available and thought, right, that's what I'm spending my transfer budget on. And I feel like it was worth it. And I think having him and Gisk in our front line this season is going to be fantastic. I think they're a great duo. And if we can get them playing together more regularly, as we've somehow nearly scored a goal there, it will be fantastic. Now, this doesn't mean that Nikita Razakin isn't in my plans. He's gone out on loan to Belarus, actually, interestingly. And the team he's gone to have got better training facilities than we do, apparently, according to all the information. So he should go there, play plenty of football, score plenty of goals, and train really well and come back to as a better player. That's what I'm hoping. So ideally, next season, we should have 3 really solid strikers that we don't need to replace. I think all the attention next season needs to be placed on centre midfielders. That's the biggest thing, I think. But I've just realised that this game is going by very quickly. It's 72 minutes on the clock. We are 1-0 up and we need to make some changes. Now, I'm not going to change the shape. We know what happens when I change the shape. It doesn't really work very well. But Jay McLean is looking very tired, so we'll bring Ramos on for him. Kamara looking tired. Let's bring Miguel Sanchez on instead. And maybe for Pascal, we swap him and Ramis over. And then we bring Chelsea on instead. So 15 minutes or so to go against Villarreal. The Sione goal is the only goal separating the two sides right now. Can we hold on? It's been a very quick, boring game, which actually is probably quite good because I did spend a long time talking to you about transfers and news and things like that. And there's a highlight in the 91st minute. And I can feel it coming already. Here come Villarreal. It's going to be a goal, surely. Or maybe not, or maybe it will be still as we do get the ball cleared. But only as far as Villarreal plays, although they've messed it up a little bit. Perez coming forward. Perez shoots. Perez shot, saved by the keeper. That's the end of the highlight. And that's the end of the game. We are going to a Copa del Rey semi-final. You've completely proved everyone wrong there, apparently. Excellent stuff. Who else won in the semi-final then? Atletico beat Barcelona 3-0. Valencia beat Real Madrid 1-0 in extra time. And Getafe beat Valladolid 3-0. Right. If there is a god out there, a football manager god, please give us a semi-final against Getafe. There's not long to wait. The draw is on Friday. We're on Wednesday. The draw is on Friday, just before the Celta Vigo game on Sunday. Should probably rest the players for a day as well to make sure they're fully fit for this Vigo game. There's a news article here about Admir Veroni. Should probably say, because we've got Nikita Razakin out on loan elsewhere, that frees up one of our non-EU player spots, which Veroni is now taking. So he's had to wait half a season, but Admir Veroni is now actually playing in our La Liga squad, which is very nice for him, I'm sure. But that's not important. What's important right now is the Copa del Rey semi-final draw. Please give us Getafe. I don't care if it's home or away. I just want Getafe. Please give me Getafe. So Atletico, please be Valencia. Atletico Valencia, please. It's Atletico Valencia, which means we are away to Getafe. But Getafe, they're currently bottom of La Liga. They're bottom of La Liga. 12 point... Right. Get ready, boys and girls, because I think, all things being well, we're going to a Copa del Rey final. That is the best draw possible. That genuinely the best draw possible. We've had some very kind ones along the way, but it's right there as well. It's right there as well. I tell you what, let's do it tonight. Let's do it tonight. It's right there. Let's do it. Let's just hope the Celta Vigo game is very quiet, goes through very quickly, and we don't have to think about it at all. We can just sort of... In fact, I might just put out like a reserve team for this Celta Vigo. In fact, I think I'll do that, you know. So everyone is rested. Everyone be rested for the main game. Now, talking about the league, I didn't show the league table earlier on because I wanted to save it for the league bit. But I'm too excited about the cup right now. I don't care about the league. We're 11th. There we go. We're 11th. 28 points. Fantastic stuff. If we're lucky, we might sneak top half this season, but I think we are going to be sitting around this position for the rest of the season. I can't see us dropping much further down than 14th. I can't see us going any higher than 9th. We're going to be around this position for the rest of the season. Oh, I'm too excited. Do want to rest the team though. So, quick pick rotated squad. Let's go full rotation, although that's not quite what I want to do. I still want Dekene to play, obviously. Galina can come back in to get some match sharpness again, although I want Veroni playing. Veroni, oh my god. Okay, let me sort the team out. Right, okay, I've got the team sorted. Sione is still playing. He'll play the first half. I still want him to keep scoring goals. But Paulo Turner's playing, Ramos is playing, Chensi, Kamara, Gostas are playing, Veroni, Rami Sanchez, Stransky's still playing. We'll swap him at half-time or something like that. I don't care. I don't even care if we lose this game 5-0 right now. I don't care. I can smell it. I can smell that cup final coming. And I can smell the suit that I have to put on for the cup final. It'll be our first cup final in this save, which is mental as well. Obviously we've had some wins in the league and things like that, as in like we've won leagues and whatnot and playoffs and stuff like that, but nothing as big as a cup final. Celta Vigo 1-0 up, we don't care. Just get through a game, we don't care. Imagine going through all of this. I bet we'll lose to Getafe now. You know, I'm building this up massively. I can just see us losing to Getafe. It's also good though, you know, it's good development for some of our young players to be playing La Liga football against a team like Celta Vigo. Ramos has just maybe given away a penalty. That's not ideal, but of course, they've got to learn this, these youngsters. He's 18 years old, Ramos, 18, 19 years old. He's got to learn this sort of thing. And anyway, VAR says no penalty, which is absolutely fine. He timed that tackle to perfection on the edge of the area. Obviously, if this was a cup final or a cup semi-final against Getafe, I would be slagging them off massively right now. It's just because I don't care about this game. We are going to make some changes very quickly into the second half, though. I do want to try and give us a chance to maybe score something in the second half at the start of it. Although, by looks of things, Dekene is very cross because he's run all the way after the referee. We might have actually given away a penalty this time. It's going to VAR. Let's check this one out then. What's going on here? And the referee is coming back and telling us a penalty has been awarded this time. You hate to see it. Come on, Dekene. This is practice for a penalty shootout. A practice for a penalty shootout in a semi-final. Not a good practice, that is. Annoyingly, there are plenty of highlights in this game. Is that another penalty? Right. Why are there so many VARs in this game? I can't believe this. A third penalty shout for Celta Vigo. That seemed like a very clean tackle to me when I watched that. If a penalty is... It didn't look like a foul. That's what the game's telling me. But, okay, it's all practice for penalty shootouts. It's all practice for penalty shootouts. And again, it's not... He's gone the right way both times, Dekene. He's just not saved them. Who's the referee here? Who is this guy? Where is he? Is he from Vigo? He must have been. Oh, why is this game taking so long? I've been sat here for 6 minutes. And I've got time to keep, right? I'm trying to do this game, not the Granada game, as we've scored. I don't know what I'm talking about as well. Alex got his goal. What am I trying to say? I'm recording this on Wednesday. It's currently nearly 5:45. Lincoln City kick off at 6 o'clock. They're playing Sunderland in the Papa John's Trophy semi-final. That's why there's no video out on Wednesday night, because I'm watching that instead. I've got no time to record and edit and upload. So basically, I might miss kickoff because I'm trying to record this for you. But if these highlights could just hurry up, you can tell that I'm impatient, alright? I'm starting to lose a bit of momentum as well. I was so hyped up for the Getafe game, and now it's starting to drain from me a little bit. Luckily, full time is here. Like I say, I don't really care about the results. I mean, Dekene got a 7.1 rating, to be fair, so fair play to him, even though he missed 2 penalties. Take the penalties out of the equation, that's a 1-1 game written all over it. So actually, not a bad performance from our youngsters out there. They've done us proud, but most importantly, they've allowed us to rest our very best players for the semi-final. And that semi-final is coming up right now. I'm so excited. We could seriously... I say we're like 75% of the way there to a cup final. So I'll just quick pick very quickly because that will probably get the best team back out there. And for the most part it has done, although Hannesson playing at left back, what is that about? Andre Stransky, please, at left back. Hannesson swap with Ingerson, that's a bit better. Pascal, Roy, Ariel, Kamara, go on then. Perez, McLean, Sione, that is literally the best lineup we've got. So, kickoff is upon us here today. We're playing in Getafe Stadium, so naturally they will have the advantage. But we beat Villarreal at their home place, didn't we? So let's not buy into that at all as we get the ball in and around the Getafe area. Sione not brought down in the area, but did get a little wobble. Retains possession, though, as we look to build possession down the right-hand side. Instead, as Galina into the area, shoots and hits the crossbar. Oh, now that was close, and the resulting clearance leads to a throw-in for us, which we've not really done anything with as we lose possession and Getafe race. Why is no one stopping him? Someone stop him. Right, that was a bit of a comedy of errors. What on earth has happened there? So we lost it comically from the throw, and that's not in the highlight. No one tries to tackle Collie. In fact, they run away from him. And then what is Dekene doing? He just falls over. Okay, not an ideal start to the game. Not an ideal one at all. And the stats are not an ideal start to the... Right, shout. Demand more. Let's already go more attacking. We've got to get ourselves back in this game and doing something clever. We could have scored at the other end of the pitch with that shot that hit the crossbar. Instead, we lose possession and they score at the other end. That's not very good for us as the game lagged a little bit then. I got a little bit scared. But Getafe still coming forward. Maybe the game lagging is better than Getafe coming forward as Dekene makes a good save this time. We know we're better than this. We know we're better than this. Come on, let's get the result we need and deserve. I can't believe it. We're doing nothing in this game. Absolutely nothing. The body language of our... I can't believe it. We're doing absolutely nothing in this game. Absolutely nothing. The first half is drawing to its conclusion and we've done nothing. Right. Thrash the arms. I'm far from pleased from what I've just seen. I'm tempted to bring on another striker, and we might do that if the game carries on like this, but we look like we might regain possession right at the back. Hannesson collects that ball nicely, keeps it in play, into Pascal, up to Perez. Now, Perez has been incredible this season, plenty of goals and assists for him, 10 of each actually, I should say, although he has just given away possession horribly, but we have won it back through Kamara. Kamara into Sione. Sione has got magic. Perez with even more magic. That wasn't magical, was it? I can't believe it. Does result in a corner, though. Stransky to put it in the middle. Perez gets his noggin on it, but puts it high and wide. I'm getting a little desperate. A little bit desperate. I'm going to shout demands more. But I think we need to do it. I think we need to, first of all, Pascal is going to swap with Kamara. Kamara is then going to go up front and be joined, well, swapped out with Hannesson. Now, Hannesson can be an advanced forward on attack. Sione might have to be that complete forward on supporting, or maybe a deep lying forward, or a false nine. False nine, be a false nine, whatever that does. McLean on a yellow card, looking tired and not playing brilliantly. We haven't got anyone to play there. I thought we had Ramos on the bench. We don't. We've got Paulo Turner on the bench. You can swap with Perez, but Perez has been playing relatively well. Let's leave it like that for now then. Two strikers on there. We're on attacking. We've said demands more. This can't end like this. This cannot end like this. We're better than Getafe. We are literally 10 times better than Getafe. I swear we are. I'm going to put my wing backs onto attack as well to help out with this too. Let's confirm that change as Getafe on the ball. Perez apparently needs to come off the pitch right now. Do it. Bring Paulo Turner on. We've got 10 minutes to go. Let's see what he can do as we clear a ball out from the back. Does that result in anything? No. That was just a highlight for the substitutes or something like that. Instructions. Take work ball. Shoot on sight, boys. Shoot on sight at this stage. We need shots on the board to get... We're going to a Copa del Rey final. That is the best draw possible. That genuinely the best draw possible. I say we're like 75% of the way there to a cup final. I can't believe this. I've said it from the outset. The league is our priority. From the absolute outset, league has always been our priority. So I'm glad we're at the cup. I'm glad we have to think about that again. League, always more important. Let's get that top half finish. That's the most important thing, you know. We had a bit of a setback against Celta Vigo. Very unlucky to lose that game. But, you know, I really think we can get that top half finish. So, next episode then. Hold the front door. Hold the front... There's a second leg. There's a second leg of this. Who knew that was a thing? I didn't. I can't believe this. There's still a chance. We still might get to a final. I can't believe... Screw the league, we don't care. Next time, we're coming back. Getafe and probably Espanyol as well. Getafe and Espanyol, we'll do those next episode. A lifeline has been given to us here, ladies and gentlemen. A lifeline. Right. The excitement continues. It doesn't end there. We've got the second leg tomorrow. That's going to be good fun. So look forward to seeing you then. I can't believe that I didn't realise that. I'm so stupid. I can't believe it. So if you have enjoyed today's episode, please do drop a like on the video for me. We'd hugely appreciate it, as well as, of course, subscribing to the channel. If you're new around here, I will see you next time. Have a good one. Goodbye.